Welcome to newspaper analysis session. Today, June 26. Topics that we are going to cover today is Goods and Service Tax Council, GST Council. Yesterday, we have discussed briefly about the GST. What is this GST? What is the purpose of GST and why we have introduced the GST? What are the features of the GST? Yesterday, we have gone through this thing. Today, we will try to understand what is the GST Council. Then, we will try to understand again the same thing. We have studied previously about the fatty liver disease. Same article is again being repeated. So we are getting to see various signs, various articles are coming on this fatty liver issue. Okay, so we'll try to understand something about the fatty liver issue. And finally, axiom 4 mission. We have been studying this thing since maybe last 2 months or 1.5 months. Okay, now finally the mission is taking off. So we'll try to revise this thing. So whoever is new, do not worry, we'll try to revise those things, and whoever is attending from the first beginning, okay, they have to sum up the content for me. Okay, so I have given everything that we have studied so far at one place. Now you guys need to revise what actually axiom 4 mission is, what are the objectives. So we'll try to revise everything. So you guys need to do the value addition. And then Kailash Manasarovar or Yatra. This Yatra has been resumed after the 6 years. So we will try to understand from the geography perspective and from the prelims perspective what is the importance of this Kailash Manasarovar Yatra. So we'll try to see what kind of questions can be asked from this area. So we'll try to understand that aspect as well. And then malaria vaccine has been finally being released. So we'll try to see the important vaccine that is being developed by the Bharat Biotech, okay, which is approved by the WHO. Then we'll also try to see about the Gavi. So Gavi, UPSC has asked already prelims question on this Gavi organization. You can consider this is a kind of organization that is working beyond profits, not just for the profit sakes. An entity which is working for the interest of the society. Okay, we'll try to go through that article as well. And then turning point in the Eurasia, this was given in the Indian Express, C. Raja Mohan's article, very, very nicely written. So these things we are already discussing, so many things in the Middle East, the Trump policies. So he has given the same thing in the article. So we'll try to revise that article and revise our concepts using this thing. So having clarity on these kind of turning points that are happening in the international scenario will give you edge to write again good answer. Your answer looks so grounded and it looks more practical when you write in the mains answer. It makes it relevant. It does not look like a kind of bookish answer. Something you have studied in the books which is working for you maybe for some 5 years back, 6 years back, but currently various dynamics are changing. So when you use the recent aspects, recent current affairs aspects, so you use those recent terminology, then your answer looks really beautiful. Okay, so we'll try to see these aspects, we'll try to revise these aspects. Okay, so first thing, so GST Council. So before we come into the GST Council, let me discuss. So what have we studied for the GST? What is the GST? Can someone tell me? Oh. GST, Goods and Service Tax. Okay, basically it is a which tax? Direct tax or indirect tax? Huh? It is indirect tax. See, you have taxation like this. Okay, you have in the taxation direct tax and the indirect tax. See, direct tax means if I have imposed tax on you, you cannot shift the burden. Same person will be paying the tax. For suppose I am imposing tax on your income. So whatever the income that you are getting, okay, your personal income or it can be a corporate income. So you are paying tax on this. So you cannot shift the burden. In the indirect tax, I am imposing tax on one particular item. For suppose yesterday we have seen how the tax burden is shifting to the next player, right? Next player. We have seen entire supply chain. Whenever the sale happens, okay, the other person who is purchasing the thing, he will be paying the tax. Now, the other person is consuming, purchasing something from that another person, okay, from the previous person. Again, the other person will pay the tax. So there is a shift of the burden. In the direct tax, if it is imposed on me, directly I will be paying. Here in the indirect tax, it is not the same. It can be shifted to the different person. Okay, so basically, direct tax is considered to be most progressive. For suppose, okay, I have made recently, okay, for suppose the government is saying till 12 lakhs no tax. After that, there is a 30% tax. Or assume that till 5 lakhs there is no tax. Between 5 to 10 lakhs income, 10%, 10 to 15 lakhs, 20%. I'm giving you hypothetical thing. Okay. So in that case, you are paying tax based on the whatever the income that you are receiving. So I'm saying if you are earning up to 5 lakhs, you pay no tax. If you are earning 5 to 10 lakhs, you pay 10% flat rate. If you are earning 10 to 20, then you pay me 20%. If you are earning more than 20%, you pay me 30% tax. So here you are paying tax as per your income. Now I have imposed 18% GST on your services or education or health or anything. For suppose you have purchased the course, 18% irrespective of your income. Whoever have joined some course on anything, so they might have paid GST. Okay, so irrespective of what you earn, what your income is, so you are paying the tax, same tax. I will pay same tax, you will pay same tax, others also will pay the same tax. Here income is not being considered. So this is considered to be a regressive. So for an economy to progress, to develop, to reduce the inequality, your direct taxes should be more. Recent budget has shown your direct taxes are slowing down, okay, and indirect taxes has taken more than 50% share. Of entire 100 rupees, indirect taxes currently with the rise of the GST, your indirect tax share is increasing more than your direct tax share. Because why? For suppose we have reduced currently in the recent budget, we have reduced the income tax up to 12 lakhs. You don't have to pay any kind of tax. We have given the relaxation, and corporate income tax has been also reduced till the 15% because we want to attract the investment, corporate entities, companies. Okay. If you don't charge less tax, they will go to some other place. They will go and do the investment in the Philippines, Maldives, who are providing the low taxation. So that's why we have reduced the taxation. But now we need to get revenue. GST has been increased, but that burden will be shifted to the people who are common public. Okay, there is one criticism. Whenever the GST collections increase without that necessary collections from the direct tax, so this is a criticism that you need to understand. So is this clear? So taxation, direct tax, indirect tax. So GST is your indirect tax. So are we clear here? So far everything is clear. Just this is a basic fundamental thing I have discussed. So taxation. Okay, we have discussed two types of the taxation. Direct tax, you cannot shift the burden. Okay, here the burden can be shifted. So yesterday we have discussed the same thing, same example. What is GST? GST is basically destination based tax, and it removes the cascading effect. So what the GST does, it clubs various 17 indirect taxes into the one tax. There is CGST and the SGST component. Finally, for suppose if I am getting 100 rupees, the taxable amount, 50% will be taken by the state and 50% will be taken by the central government. So how the taxation is imposed, like we have discussed, taxation will be imposed only on the value addition. Understand this thing concept. Okay, only on the value addition. For suppose the person A has procured the raw material. Okay, now let's say this is a A, and now let's make it this is a B. Okay, now let's make it this is a C. Okay, so now okay, this is the raw material. Okay, the A has purchased the raw material. Okay, this is 100 rupees. Now B is purchasing from this person, and they are paying, let's say tax is 10%. Let's assume the tax is 10%. Now the price becomes 110 rupees. Now here he has done some kind of value addition. He has purchased the 100 rupees cotton, 1 kg cotton. He paid the tax of 10 rupees. He has done some kind of value addition. Now the final price is a 200 rupees. This is before GST, before introduction of the GST I am saying. Okay. Now in this case, now in the 200%, now again 10% tax. So again in the 200%, 200 rupees, 10% tax means again it is 20 rupees. Now, okay, now the C is purchasing. Okay, C has purchased. Now who will pay the tax? Basically this 20 rupees C is paying. Here this 10 rupees B is paying. Okay. So now all the burden has been shifted to C. That's what we say, indirect taxes. This is not fixed on one person. It keeps shifting. Okay. Now C purchases the material. Okay. And then he has paid 20 rupees. Then finally, his final price is 300. He has done some kind of marketing or design on the cloth. This person has done some kind of, let's assume cotton he has taken and he has made basic shirt. Okay. This person has done more designs on the shirt. Okay. And then finally, selling the final product is 300 rupees. Now again you apply the 10 rupees tax, 10% tax. How much is the tax? Okay, here again 10% I am saying is 30 rupees. Okay, so then the price becomes 330. Now keep the same values, keep the price same values. Okay, now I will tell you. Okay, for suppose 100 to 220, what is the value? 200 rupees. What is the value addition the person has done from 110 to the 200? Here the value addition is 90 rupees. Okay, here it is 220 rupees. From 220 to 300, the value addition is 80 rupees. GST says you have to pay tax only on the value addition. Now, now the person pays tax not on the entire thing, but only on the value addition the person has done. So 10% of the 90, I'll take it 9 rupees. And here, okay, here I'm taking it at 8 rupees. So if I add finally this thing, okay, 10, okay, 18 and 27 rupees. So this is a final difference price will be there. Okay, your final price will come at the 327 rupees. Okay, it will not be 330 rupees. So in this way, final whoever the person he is purchasing. Okay, so when let's say you have purchased this shirt, you are paying the tax. The tax is included. Whatever the profit that I am selling, like say this I am the C. Now from me you are purchasing the shirt. Now tax value is also included in it. You are paying the ultimate tax. But since for me the tax burden is reduced, I am imposing only on the value addition. I will not charge you 327. I will not charge you 330. I will be charging you only 327. So you will buy more. Okay. So now why will I be charging less price? For suppose this B person will say, okay, I have already paid the taxation of 10 rupees here. Now whatever the 10 rupees tax he has already paid, he will claim. See, Mr. Government, I have paid the input tax previously. Now this person is paying tax to me only on the value addition. Whatever the tax the C or B is paying, they will not keep in their pockets. They will send it to the government. Okay, after they sending to government, they will say, see, Mr. Government, we have already paid some additional tax which you need to compensate us. So they will file, okay, input tax credits on the platform. Then they will get the returns. So that way, now see, for suppose if the B is not connected, if B is not uploading it in the online, okay, then C will face the problem. So for this thing, everyone should be connected digitally. The whole supply chain is getting formalized. Everyone has to log their information online, right? So no one can escape information. Okay, if the B person is not in the uploading thing, then C, how can the C claim, okay, I have paid this much of tax to the B, I need returns? It is not possible. So that's why C will not buy from the B if the B is not registering with the GST platform. So with this, what happens now? You guys tell me. So first benefit that is happening is cascading effect is removed. This point is clear for you, all of you. Cascading effect is removed. We are talking about the GST benefits. Then second point is formalization of economy. How much economy of our India is informal? We have discussed this thing. How much economy of India is informal? Give me range 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, anything. Good. Informal economy. It is 90% of the economy is informal only. It is not on the records. No registrations is happening. Okay. So now this thing you will register on the GST platform. You will register on the portal. So with this formalization is happening. If the economy gets formalized, what will happen for the benefit for the government? Okay. So your money will be accounted. So you will be getting more taxation. That's why GST, it is every month it is collecting more and more money. Returns for the through GST, government revenue will increase. Okay. So with the formalization, revenues of the government will increase, and you cannot hide the black money. You are forced to pay tax. You are forced to pay tax. Okay. Revenue will increase for the government. Okay. Black money decreases. Am I clear? Fine. Okay. Just if you can get the basics, if you are ready, okay, when you understand this much of basics, when the static things happens, okay, you will get more clarity. But you should have some clarity. You should not be blank. Okay. Are you able to understand? Are you able to follow? Tell me more benefits that can happen. Now, this is a destination based tax. Remember this thing, destination based tax. What does it mean? So, for suppose Hyderabad, from here we are manufacturing the item. Okay, let's say manufactured shirt, but I am selling this thing in the Jharkhand. Someone from the Jharkhand has ordered the shirt. So, final purchase is happening. Final the destination is at the Jharkhand. So, Jharkhand will receive the money. The final taxation will be shared between the Jharkhand and the central government. For suppose if I impose 10%, 10 tax, the gap, the 30 rupees, whatever, 27 rupees, 50% for the Jharkhand, 50% for the central government, right? So now the Telangana will say, "Hey, we have manufactured." No. Where is the destination, final destination of the product? So what will happen with this thing? This will promote the regional development. This was once asked in the geography optional. Okay. So how the GST can promote the regional based development? Okay. So this way we have to link. So the regional growth can happen. So generally the states which are not involved in the manufacturing can also develop. So am I clear with this thing? Now that is also the reason whoever the manufacturing states, they say we are the one who are providing for the development. Now we are not getting the money. Again, even in the if you remember the criteria used by the Finance Commission to provide the funds between the states. The first criteria we have discussed is the income distance, 50% of the money. So where any poorly performing state will receive more money. So there they say, our money you are already giving it through the GST, through the DST, destination based tax. Again, you are compensating there 50% of the money. Okay. So that's why they say there is a problem. Again, we added to this thing. Now southern states or any developed states have taken the population control measures. Now again we are going to take the pain here also. So that's why that conflict is going on. Okay, just have the clarity in the mind. Okay, then apart from this, the general, all the normal points that you can think of is, see, when this thing, everything is online, when these things happen, simplicity will be more. When there is simplicity, that means, so ease of doing business is high. So I can easily do business here. When the ease of doing business is there, so this will lead to the more economy, more demand for you. And also, as the prices decreases, so there will be more demand increases, so there can be more growth. These are all the benefits of the GST. Now, if suppose you are having the small business, okay, you don't do the bigger business, for the MSMEs and all, there is another scheme called GST composition scheme. Okay, this is for the flexibility is provided for the MSME. That means they have reduced the compliance burden through the GST composition scheme. Are we clear so far? So this is for the smaller MSMEs, so that they will be asked to pay flat rate without any much kind of compliance burdens and all. Okay. Now, another major important one that is related to with the article that we are going to discuss for today, the most important benefit is this has also promoted the cooperative federalism. What is cooperative federalism? What is federalism? We have already discussed. Can someone tell me? Sharing of power between the different levels of the government, center and the state government. Okay, it can be cooperative when they are supporting, they are working towards a common objective, common goals. Then we'll call it as a cooperative federalism. How this thing is promoting the cooperative federalism? See, now for this purpose, a new constitutional body has been created called the GST Council. GST Council, article Very good. 279A. Constitutionally, one body has been created. Here, it is chaired by the Union Finance Minister. State Finance Ministers also they will participate and they will discuss what should be the taxation rate on the different thing. How much tax has to be imposed? Should we lower the tax? Should we make any kind of reforms? Now they are also talking about introducing a kind of tribunal, GST tribunal, because they have made some kind of things. Dispute is happening between central and state government. Why to go to the high court always? So tribunals are the you can think of a kind of justice system out of court, not just totally out of court. Okay, they will have they will try to simplify the processes. Quasi judicial bodies, we can say. Okay, quasi judicial bodies, they try to reduce the burden on the courts. Okay, so you have you have the power under Article 323A and 323B of the Constitution to establish the tribunals. Okay, 323A and 322B, which was imposed through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So now currently in the next meeting, 256 or 257th meeting, they are going to discuss about the establishment of the tribunal as well if there is a kind of differences. So they will come to this GST council, they will discuss and they will take the decision based on the consensus. If anything consensus is not happening, they will go for the vote. For voting to be successful to move the resolution, 2/3 of the voting has to be there. Okay, central government has the voting share of the 1/3. So basically, if the central government says no, okay, it can literally it can stop the any kind of decision, even if all the state governments are right. Okay, are willing. Okay, because central government has 1/3 share. You need 2/3 of the voting power. So far, am I clear? So that's why this is promoting the cooperative federalism as well. So these are the so many benefits. But what are the criticisms? But what are the issues, concerns with this thing? So like I said, indirect tax is not progressive. Okay. Indirect tax is regressive. Okay. Whenever it is increased, it will hurt. Why this thing is hurting? Currently, see some of the insurance products are also attracting 18% insurance. In India, the insurance penetration is very low, very less. Only 15% of the people have the insurance. Any of you have the insurance? Health insurance? Nice. Okay. So very few people have the health insurance. Okay. So it is very important, every one of you, to have the health insurance. In India, around 10-15% people, 14% I guess. Now you are also imposing GST on this. It becomes more costly. Okay, so that way this can be a problem sum. Okay, again, destination based tax, this is positive as well as negative, which is being criticized by the manufacturing states. Then many exemptions are there. For suppose you do not include alcohol, crude oil, real estate, electricity, aviation fuel, many exemptions. They do not come under the GST because at the max GST 28%. So these prices, especially your crude oil prices, are very much high. The taxes are very much high. If you bring it under the GST, the prices might go down and states also lose the revenue. So that's why they are not bringing under it. So there are so many exemptions. And many confusing tax slabs. Currently you have 6 slabs. Okay, 0, okay, 18, 28, 40. Like this, there are various tax slabs. Now they want to reduce it. That is also going to be taken up as a discussion in the upcoming GST meet. See, I am doing this in a very comprehensive manner. Next time when we discuss this thing, you should be having clarity. Okay. You should not be confused or blank then. Every time we cannot discuss everything, right? So try to utilize the content. And apart from this, since it is online, government website, so you are trying to log on the information, server down, network down. So these things, okay, failure of the servers and all, the technical glitches always there. Okay, there is always a problem of technical glitches. And yesterday also I have mentioned some of the people are generating the fake invoices. fake. Okay, they are showing that some purchases have been happened and they have paid already the taxes on the whatever the purchases they have made, and they are claiming fake returns. Okay, so fake invoices are being generated. Clear? So we have done yesterday and today proper revision of the GST. That's it. You do not have maybe 2 or 3 more points about the GST. Okay, once you go through anything, even the economy notes, you will be able to understand what is this GST, why we have imposed, purpose of the GST, features of the GST, significance of the GST, challenges of the GST, GST Council, everything that we have discussed. So this is what I have given about the GST Council. Okay, 279A. Okay, then composition, functions, decision making. That's it. So they are talking about new agenda for the 56th GST Council meet. How to simplify the process? Should we establish GST appellate tribunal and all? Next meeting happens next month. Basically, there has been long delay in the new GST meeting. So which was supposed to happen for every 3 months. It's been 6 months. So far, no meeting has happened. Okay. Again, the meeting will be conducted next month. So again, it will come in the news. That time, you should answer me all those points. What is GST, features of the GST, significance, and the challenges, you should be able to tell me. Clear? Very simple thing. See here, this was the question. Try to solve this question. This was asked in the UPSC Prelims 2017. What are the most likely advantages of the implementing GST? Try. Okay. Think others also. Any other options? First try. So it will replace multiple taxes collected by the multiple authorities and will thus create a single market. This is true. That's what we are talking about. Okay. So anyone disagree with that statement? Everyone clear with the statement 1? Statement 2, it will drastically reduce the current account deficit of the India and it will enable it to increase its forex reserves. Anything we have discussed about the forex reserves? No. Okay. So it may happen, it may indirectly, may support, but it does not mean that. So since you have introduced one kind of reform, but it does not mean that it will cut something drastically your forex reserves. So you can just think of how much for forex reserves currently we have around 600. But is it because of the GST you have exported something? No, it is an indirect taxes reform that was imposed in India. It will do some kind of good for the economy, but it is not going to do some kind of drastic reform. Change your forex reserve. Forex reserves means your kitty. Okay, RBS kitty. Okay, you are exporting things. You are exporting to some other countries. You are getting the dollar and you are storing it in the forex reserves. Okay, the savings. Okay, that day we have discussed about the RBI's whatever the revenue sources are there. We have discussed what are the RBI revenue sources and what are the RBI's liabilities. We have discussed one day. Okay, so this is one such thing. So is this clear? Tell me, it will enormously increase the growth and size of the economy and it will enable it to overtake the China in the near future. False. Okay. So we can't say that thing as a kind of thing. So if the question in the same statement say it can be possible in the future. If the question is like that, so then we can take it as a right thing. So it is saying it will increase enormously the growth and size of the economy and it will enable it to overtake the China in the near future. Statement becomes extreme. Okay. So the questions will be more conceptual based, clarity based. It will be easy to answer. Okay. This is a very extreme statement. So answer should be one only. So I want you guys to solve PYQs. Okay. So I want you guys to go through the UPSC PYQs in a repeated manner. You don't have to solve them. First see how the questions are being asked. By now, since we are discussing already for more than a month, so by now if you open the question paper, you will be able to at least understand some of the questions. Okay, some of the current or affair-based questions. You will not go blank. You will feel, yes, I know something. I have got some kind of idea on this thing. You will not go surprised or blank. So I want you to go through the PYQs, current affairs, so that you understand the demand of the exam, so that you know what the relevance of the class. What is the relevance of the class? So if I teach something irrelevant thing, now you are aware. You think, what the buck was? class. Okay, you can get some kind of clarity, or if it is relevant, you can relate. Okay, yes, this is the useful content. So you have to do, it is your job to go through the UPSC PYQ only questions, not answers. Just like a Instagram reel, keep your beside your question. Okay, just scroll through those questions. You don't have to solve. Just read the question. Okay, sometime when some topic related to that comes in your mind, okay, you will be able to relate. Same thing, see, the liver diseases, fatty liver issue is rising in India and the world over everywhere. So we have to take the care. Primarily, it is increasing in the man and the male population and the northeast population. Especially, it is increasing because of the two prime reasons. You are consuming the alcohol. If not alcohol, you are consuming more amount of the meat. Okay, when you consume more amount of the meat and all, so your body, you are consuming more than what is required. So this, what happens with this? Okay, excess fat gets deposited in the liver and your liver becomes a fatty liver and it is going to cause you different kinds of the problem. Okay, normally even if you get the fatty liver, it will be resolved if you correct your lifestyle. But generally what happens is when you are getting the fatty liver and you are not taking care, you are not handling it. So over a period of time, your digestion will get affected. Liver releases what? Which juice? Bile juice. Okay, in the small intestine for the digestion of fat. Okay, bile juice is for the digestion of the fat. Okay, so you are spoiling your liver and all. So these effects will be there. Okay, because especially it is happening in the highest in the northeast because there the consumption of the alcohol and the meat is more. Okay, so this is the point that you guys have to remember. Axiom 4 mission. Tell me, what is the major mission? It is about the. So how many people they are sending? 4 people. Okay, who is the Indian? Shubham Shukla. Okay. So what is the mission is about? Okay, is it a government's mission or private mission? Private mission. Okay, through the spacecraft, where they are sending? To which space? Low Earth orbit. Where? International Space Station. Okay, so they will use the rocket. Okay, all the 4 people will sit there, and they will be going to the International Space Station. Okay, they have created a kind of some kind of, you can think of a platform that is revolving in the low Earth orbit. International Space Station means they have created some kind of you can think of spacecraft where they can conduct the microgravity experiments. There they will go and the spacecraft will dock there. Docking means parking. Your spacecraft will dock in there and these 4 people will settle there in the International Space Station and they will conduct various experiments. Okay, who is the first Indian to enter into the space? Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh. Okay, so this is the second Indian. Okay, Subhanshu Shukla. And here, okay, we have also discussed about the woman who is going to lead the thing. Okay, that also we have discussed. See, here we are also collaborating with the NASA microgravity experiment. These are the things. See what kind of experiments that we are going to do. See here, demonstration means STEM means basically science and technology related courses, engineering courses. This thing is going to motivate the students to take up the science. Okay, so or else students will generally pick up the easy courses. When you create a kind of curiosity with these kind of scientific things, then students' motivation will be increased to take up the programs. Okay, they will also check how the sprouts will be germinating there. We have discussed this thing. So maybe this earth they will destroy and they are trying to search for the other habitable place outside of the earth surface. So they want to check how these sprouts, how the germination of the various crops happens over there and how the human muscles will respond there, why the people are losing the muscle over there. Okay, so these are all these kind of experiments they are going to see crop seeds. Okay, they are also taking the cyanobacteria and how the photosynthesis happen over there. Okay, they are going to check this thing and they are also going to take one important animal. Okay, tardigrades. These are the waterways. Generally, these can survive even in the extreme conditions. Tardigrades. Okay, these are the water animals. Basically, they can take excess high temperatures as well as the low temperatures. No matter you put them wherever you want, you will die, but it won't die. Okay, so this animal is also being taken to the space. Now they will check how this animal will respond. So tardigrades, they can ask in the UPSC prelims. Okay, so they are going to conduct all these experiments. Where they are going to conduct? It is in the International Space Station. At which level the orbits? It orbits low Earth orbit. Low Earth orbit means up to which? How many kilometers? 2000. Okay, so around that is till 2000 kilometers. Higher Earth orbit means how many kilometers? 2000. That is middle Earth orbit. Okay, beyond 20,000 it is a higher Earth orbit. 35,000 kilometers, 35,000 kilometers. Okay, so we have discussed this thing. So we place which satellites in the higher Earth orbit? Navigation, observation. You have to see, you have to watch, you have to take photos. Geosynchronous is one orbit. I am asking you which satellites, communication satellites are basically placed in the geostationary orbit or geosynchronous orbit. Navigation satellites are placed in the middle Earth orbit usually. Okay, in the lower Earth orbit you will place observation satellites, observation or remote sensing satellites. You are just, so we have also discussed about the NASA and the ISRO mission called the one mission we have discussed. NASA and the ISRO are collaborating for NISAR. We have discussed NISAR mission, NISAR, NISAR, synthetic aperture radar, SAR. We have discussed this thing, SAR, synthetic aperture radar. The day I have discussed, I told you, we will get the clear images, microwave radiations. So NASA, okay, all these things are in the lower Earth orbit. Need to revise. Okay. So this International Space Station is collaboration of these four countries: USA, Russia, and the Europe and the Japan, and the Canada. Okay, these are the countries. So this will decommission after 2027 or 2028. There will not be any International Space Station. So every country is trying to develop their own International Space Station. China is trying, Japan is trying, India is trying. See, China's Tiangong. India is also trying to develop the Bharati Antariksh Station by 2035. Okay, other countries, Japan, UAE, all are exploring that thing. Are we clear? So axiom 4 mission. Okay. Now Kailash Manasarovar Yatra, it has been resumed after the 6 years. What are the two ways through which you can enter into the Kailash area? Kailash is present in which area? It is not in the India, it is in the Tibet. Tibet is of the China's part. Okay, so either you can enter it through the Nathula Pass or it into the Lipulek Pass. We have already discussed the Nathula Pass. I told you this is a very beautiful location. Where is it? Sikkim. Okay, very beautiful place. Okay, so through Sikkim you can enter into the your Kailash, but this is a very long route. Another pass is the Shipkila Pass. So, okay, sorry, Lipulek Pass. Okay, it is present in the Uttarakhand. Where is this? It is written, na? Uttarakhand. Okay, these are the two areas through which you can enter into the Kailash Manasarovar. Okay, this area is not just significant to the only Hinduism, but it is also significant for the other religions. Can you see here? Okay, this is for the Hinduism. This is seen as a kind of home for the Lord Shiva. Okay, so many people visit there. And for the Buddhists, they are also known as Mount Meru is considered as a spiritual energy source. And for the Jainism, the first Tirthankara, Rishabhdev, attained salvation at this place, they say. Okay, and also Tibetan bonds. Okay, Tibetan. Okay, that is one of the religion in the Tibet. Okay, the mountain and the lake holds religious significance even for those people. So it is significant for the many people. And nearby this Mount Kailash, there is a lake Manasarovar. This is the largest freshwater lake. And from here, see here it is 15,000 feet above the sea level, highest freshwater lake. That means above the sea level at such a higher level. Okay, fresh seawater lake. And see here, from here nearby many rivers originate. Be your mighty Indus, Brahmaputra, Satluj, all these things, they originate from nearby Manasarovar. It is very, very important. Many rivers are originating, okay, from the nearby areas. Very important for your friends mapping locations. Karnali River that flows in the Nepal. Okay, also has a area in this. Okay, another important news. Okay, WHO has approved the vaccination for the malaria. Okay, in collaboration with the Gavi. Now, see, this is the vaccination that is being developed by the one organization along with the cooperation from the Bharat Biotech International Limited. This is the WHO's approved world's first malaria vaccine. See, most of these problems, these are the communicable diseases like malaria, dengue, chikungunya. These are primarily prevalent in countries like India, Africa, Pakistan, these tropical countries which do not have necessary money. Okay, so we do not have the necessary vaccines also for this thing. So we have developed a vaccine, and this is going to be available worldwide, so that at the lowest prices. So for that, to make them accessible at the lowest prices, there is an organization called the Gavi. Okay, Gavi. Okay, the Vaccine Alliance is a global health partnership committed to increasing access to the immunization in the poor countries. So it brings together public and the private sector, including the governments, World Health Organization, UNICEF, World Bank, and every vaccine manufacturer. So basically, intention is to make sure the vaccines are available for the poorest countries and poor people in a affordable manner, so that you make sure that vaccines are reaching to the people who is needy. So under this thing, we have developed such a kind of vaccine, okay, which is being developed by the Bharat Biotech. So you need to remember. So they will give you in the prelims what is this R21 RTS, yes, that is in the news. So you should be able to tell this is a malaria vaccine. Apart from this RTS, there is also one more vaccine which is currently in the trials. Okay, there is one more thing called R21. Okay, this is being developed by the Serum Institution of India. See here how the India is progressing. Bharat Biotech, Serum Institution of India. So we are able to progress forward in terms of the vaccine production. So are we clear? It's a very important article. Okay, you need to remember. Now, turning point in Eurasia, that's what we have discussed. So Trump policies, USA policies, basically the USA is supposed to provide a kind of defense umbrella for the NATO countries, European countries. Now Trump is saying, you take care of your own security or spend more budget on the NATO. You increase your spending to the 5% of your GDP for the NATO. Okay, and Trump has also said, why not include Russia also in the G7? So where the Russia is attacking the European country, that is the Ukraine, while all the European countries are getting scared of Russia, USA is saying, let's make the G7 G8. Russia is trying to make good deals with the Russia. Okay, USA is trying to make good deals with the Russia. So this is creating a kind of insecurity. Okay, these countries are feeling, this bro is giving us hand, so we need to boost our own defense. Okay, so that's why one person is coming and just understand they are trying to build acquire a kind of more defense strength in the Europe, that is Germany. Germany is coming forward. Germany is increasing its defense spending. Germany is trying to enhance its defense capabilities. Same is happening even in the Indo-Pacific, from the countries like Australia, Japan, okay, South Korea, these countries. So India felt, okay, chalo, now these guys are opening up the doors. Let's interact with them. So India is trying to make deals with the Germany. We are trying to make deals with the Europe. We are also trying to make deals with the Australia. We have discussed this thing previously, India-Australia relationships. Okay, in the same way, we are also going to collaborate with the Japan and other countries. Now, the same way, USA is also changing the dynamics even in the Middle East region. Okay, so previously, Iran, not just Iran, so countries do not have a proper relationships with the Israel. Okay, Middle East countries, like say your Arab countries. What are those 6 Arab countries that we have discussed so far? Arab countries, yesterday we have discussed Gulf cooperation. You need to remember the 6 countries. First, which one is the major one? Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, all these things. Okay, so these are the 6. Yemen is not there. Okay. So all these 6 countries or all the Arab nations usually used to attack the Israel. But USA has made sure that they have introduced the Abraham Accords. What are these Abraham Accords? You need to be having clarity. Okay, Abraham Accords means Arab countries are making good deals with the Israel. They are trying to resolve their issues. Traditionally, Arab countries and the Israel are enemies. They don't make any kind of deals. Okay, but now after the Abraham Accords, okay, Abraham Accords, USA is trying to make a proper deals between this thing. So Arab countries plus the Israel, they are coming forward. Okay, let's forget our enmity. Let's do the trade. Let's grow. You grow. I grow. Okay, this kind of discussions are happening. So that's how. Why these countries are making up good relationships with Israel? Because these Arab countries are primarily Sunni or Shia? Sunni. Iran is a Shia country. There is a conflict of Sunni and the Shia in the Islamic world. Since the origin of Islam, there is a Shia versus Sunni conflict, and they do not support the Iran. So they feel better. Okay, Iran is nuclearizing itself. Okay, let's sideline with the Israel. So that's how they are trying to get sidelined with the Israel. Now we need to wait and watch. So what will the Iran do? Iran is making its good deals with the China and the Russia. Okay, but we thought maybe China, maybe Russia may support when the USA has bombed the Iran, but no one has come forward. They said behind the doors, okay, we'll support, but when the real thing has happened, no one has supported the Iran. So we need to wait and watch what kind of scenarios will open up in the Middle East. Okay. So this is for today, and there is one more article that was there. Okay, I have not emailed it in the. Okay, where is this? Okay, they have made. Okay, so it is there. Okay, they have made changes in the 10th class examination. CBSE have, especially for the CBSE. So for the 10th class students, there will be yearly twice exam. So intention is to reduce the stress. Actually, it is good. Okay, basically, so first of all, this happens with us also. Okay, you are prepared for entire year. That during that exam day, your mind is not working. With some reasons or something gone. Everything whole year is gone. So same kind of stress happens for the students. Okay, so they thought let's make the exam happens twice in the year. Till here it is good, but I did not understand the logic. This is not available for the students who have failed in the exam. This is only available for the students who passed in the exam, and you can only select 3 subjects. You can understand Indian parents' mentality. If the student gets the 90 marks in the February or March, then make it 100, go for one more exam. Definitely it is going to happen. So I'm sure this is going to further increase the stress. This is the same with the inter also. Whoever has got even the 59 marks out of 60, okay, or 58 marks, they'll go for the exam again. Okay, out of 150 marks in the mathematics, if they get 148, 147, even they want to go for that extra 2 marks, 3 marks. So same thing is going to happen. That is going to create extra stress. Okay, shall do one more exam. Okay, you need to get the 100 out of 100. Okay, I don't think that is going to happen. Probably this should have been allowed only for the students who failed. Okay, and it should not have been allowed if you have got this much of marks. So now, how this is going to reduce stress, I did not understand. There should be definitely some reform is required, but change is required here. Okay, so exam, stress and failure and all. See, this is again the learning that I was talking about. Many students I see with a little, whenever they have to appear for the prelims exam and all, they get shivering and all. Okay, they can't take the failures and all. No, that should not happen. Okay, we should always have that thick skin. Someone told you something. Okay, why should we take it personal and why should we feel nervous? Okay, if you don't clear the exam, what will happen to our reputation and all? Array, listen from this year and leave it from this year. 99% of the things we should not take it seriously. We should use this 2 years philosophy. Okay, listen from this and listen from this. Okay, so like I said, okay, if you don't clear the exam or if parent told you something, okay, Makasam, this time I'll do it. Till then I'll not touch food. Till then I'll not touch biryani. I'll not watch the movies. Don't make these kind of promises. Okay, not required. Okay, eat properly biryani. Whatever they are saying, listen from the relief from this year. Say yes, true, 100%. I'll do it. Then their egos will also be satisfied. Okay, you do what you want. If there is anything beneficial, you take it. If it is nothing beneficial, you leave it. So don't take stress. Give your best. Okay, every student has to give their best. Okay, sometimes students also text me. Okay, if they don't clear the exam, okay, they'll get emotional. They'll say, "Sir, sorry, we have failed you. We didn't do it best." Okay, so for me, it really does not matter. If you just give your best wherever you are, that is fine. Okay, we don't. So if there is really something that you have to learn from me, the content, yes, that is there. Apart from the content, what you have to learn is this thing, this thick skin attitude. Okay, not taking things too seriously. If exam is working for you, yes, very good, wonderful. If it is not working, fine. Okay, for 1 day, 2 day, you cry. That's it. Okay, from 3rd day again, you have to start your day. Okay, you should not get stopped. There is one of the, okay, I think Puri Jagannath also says this thing. Okay, in one of his lines. Okay, so how far you come from your failure is the most important. Some people will take 1 day, some people will take 2 days, some people will take 1 month, 2 months, and some people will take well longer. So how far you take it, that rejection, that failure, whatever it is, be it a breakup, be it any kind of failure or anything, whatever it is, how far you come out of that thing is more important. Everyone will go down, but you have to come out of it. Okay, so various things that the Indian government is also doing. That exam, I don't think it is a one such measure to help. So we'll see if they do any kind of changes in that or what. Okay, so that's all for today. Wait, one more. Yesterday, what was the topic? Okay, we were discussing about the disinvestment. Okay. So basically, disinvestment means not privatization. You are selling up of the shares. See, in India, public sector used to play the major role. This used to take the front end because after independence, you do not have the private sector. Okay, we do not have that level of growth in India or rich people in India so that they can do the investment. So that's why government used to do the majority of the investment. But after 1947, by the time period of 1980 and 1990s, these have become very big. Okay, whoever the people that are working in this company, for them anyway salaries coming. Okay, for them even if they do, their salaries will not change. This is a scenario in the government jobs. Your salary is fixed whether you do it or not. So because of this thing, the companies were making huge losses. So then the government realized we have to go for the changes. We have to go for the reforms. So then they have started slowly selling the stakes. Okay, so they have started to reduce the stakes of the government. For suppose if the government has is holding the 100% share. Now I am selling some of the shares to the private sector. Okay, in this way I will release the IPOs. IPO means initial public offering. There can be later on also follow on public offering. Okay, so I have the company, I am the government, I have 100% shares belonging to me. Now I am releasing 5% of the share to any private player. So when this thing goes beyond 50% and when some private party acquired the 51% of the share, then you will call the privatization. So it is clear between the disinvestment and the privatization. Disinvestment means already selling the shares and you are purchasing. There are various ways, IPO, FPO. When these shares, okay, cross beyond, okay, when the government holding comes be less than 50% and private holding increases to 51%, then you regard as a privatization.
So India is disinvestment.
Yeah, through disinvestment, they are sold. That is called the strategic selling. Strategic selling means now you will come to me and you will say, give me complete 51%. Okay, up to one person I am selling it everything. That is called of strategic sharing. Okay, selling. Okay, I am selling it to the one person. It is sold to one company. Like Tata, they have sold everything. Okay, that is called a strategic sale. So these are the only three ways: IPO, FPO, and the strategic selling. So this was a scenario. Every time in the budget, government will have the target to raise the money by selling up some of the shares, and that money government will use to invest in some other area for the roads projects, for the railways. So every year, government use the revenues that are being generated by selling of these assets through to use in a productive manner. Recently, in the new policy on the public enterprises, 2021 new policy on the public enterprises, government said we will sell off as many assets as possible. We will not hold any of the PSUs. Only core areas we will hold, like railways, nuclear energy. Okay, like this, where it is very, very important to hold, only those things will hold. Rest of the things will sell it off. This was a policy. But somehow, yesterday's article, previous article said, government is not moving in that direction. Government is still infusing capital in the PSUs. They are trying to make profits using the PSUs. And even if the government is trying to sell their shares, people is not coming forward to purchase the loss-making PSUs. This was the article. So you need to be aware what is IPO, what is privatization, what is strategic selling, and new policy of public enterprises 2021. Keep the core sectors intact, rest of them sell it. Niti Aayog will identify those sectors and they will sell it. Clear? Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you.